Hey guys, Joe here and welcome to this 9th episode on the Daily Sketch series. For today's video I had a different topic planned in mind, but I just wanted to vent out a little bit and talk about art block and, well, maybe not art block, but not feeling content enough with your art. And I know that it's a topic that I have already discussed on these blogs, and not very long ago actually, maybe a couple of videos ago, I was talking about how I didn't feel encouraged sometimes to post art and stuff. But yeah, usually this doesn't happen to me. I'm not a positive person by any means. Like, I'm not the kind of person who sees the glass half full. I rather see it half empty, and yeah, that's just how I am. But with my art, I usually can be very critical and be like, well, I can see some improvement in this area, or well, this was a nice piece to draw, or this looks better than my previous work. But lately it's just been so hard to notice any difference in my sketches and my finished pieces especially is where I'm having the most issues, because with sketches I'm really not seeing anything wrong with them so far. Not in the sense that I think they're perfect, but I mean, I don't see them not being better as time passes, whereas with my full out illustrations or more complex works, I feel like I've been stuck, and that sometimes my sketches look better than that. And I'm not speaking about the under sketch you use to actually get your proportions right, and then you go in and shade and clean lines and all that stuff, and then you end up with a drawing that's very polished but doesn't look as good as this initial sketch. I'm not talking about that, but instead I'm talking about how my sketches, like these tiny ones that I'm doing, turn out better than or more interesting, I guess, than my actually full illustrations. And that's something that's been very present on my mind lately. And yeah, I was intending to do a more informative video like the previous one, because I'm actually recording this on the same day because yesterday I wasn't feeling like recording some voiceover, so I decided to do both videos today. And yeah, I was thinking about doing it informative as well, a little bit, or maybe to give my opinion on some sort of topic, but honestly, today has not been a very good day at all. Sometimes when you have a bad day, I already described this in one of the videos that I already did, it feels like your whole day turns out awful. But this time, it wasn't because of my bad art day, because I did mess up a finished piece that I was working on. I added ink and it ended up looking awful, in my opinion, and like very amateurish, I dare to say. And not that I'm a professional or anything, but there is a certain standard of quality that I hold myself accountable for, and that didn't meet this standard at all. And I was very disappointed, because in the beginning it seemed like a good concept, but then as I kept on working on it, I realized that it wasn't as great as I had initially thought. And that's where I realized that my full illustrations weren't turning out very different from what I had been doing for the past weeks. And yeah, that's something that stressed me out, coupled with the fact that on Instagram, you know, when you have a social platform where you're uploading your work and then it doesn't perform as good as you would like it to, or you have a bad day in which you don't receive maybe the same amount of likes or engagement that you're used to, then you get to feel very down, because you know, you get into this spiral of thought of thinking, what's the point? And that's what I've been asking myself ever since yesterday night, actually. And yeah, I've just been wondering, what's the point of me trying to make it if nobody's paying attention and stuff like that, which is something that sounds very negative maybe, but it's just the truth. And yeah, I rather see the real side of things instead of trying to convince myself that it's going to get better or something. Like, I know this right now I'm being very negative and that it's going to just go away eventually, but I try to be realistic as to what I can expect from my art. And I initially thought that I was going to be able to move faster or to grow a little bit faster online, but it hasn't been turning out as easy as I had thought. Not that I thought it was easy in the beginning, but it was definitely a more plausible idea, especially given that I had a very nice growth in the beginning, but then it stuck, and now I can't go past 10,060 followers on Instagram. I mean, 1,600 followers on Instagram. 10,000, I wish. But yeah, it's been very annoying so far, and as I said, coupled with other stuff going on in my life right now, not that it's something serious or anything, somehow or for some reason today I just feel very down emotionally. And you know when you feel like you are about to cry, like that thing you feel on your neck that someone is pressing on it? Well, that's how I've been feeling, but without the need or the motivation, not the motivation, but the need maybe to cry. Like, I didn't want to cry, that was for sure. I wasn't that sad, I mean. but yeah, I felt like that, like someone pressing on my neck, and yeah, just very tired all the time. And it's not that I'm burning out, because I'm not that, like, those aren't the symptoms of burning out, and I know them very well, and those aren't, but it's something else, and I don't know what it is really. Maybe the fact that it's just so hard for people to to pay attention to your work, and I really don't know what I can give to the community so that they are actually willing to look at my stuff somehow. Like, I don't know what kind of value I can offer to them, and I feel like that's something very difficult to find, because a lot of people say, well, if you want people to pay attention to your product or to your service or stuff like that, you have to make sure that you're solving one of their problems. But I just can't think of any problems that I can solve for other people. I mean, what I've been doing is just sharing my process and my journey and stuff like that, in hopes of encouraging other people to do art, or maybe to inspire them in some form or another. And yeah, that's been the goal or the reasoning behind all the stuff that I do. But I don't think it's working as good. Maybe I should take a different approach. I don't want to fall into the tutorials section of the art community, because I don't think that I'm at a point in which I can teach people stuff. Of course, I can give advice in some areas regarding art, and maybe to people who are just starting out, I have something valuable to offer to them. But to everyone else, I don't feel like I'm really at that stage in which I can just be like, yeah, I can see like all the mistakes in your drawing, like you should improve your composition and your colors and stuff like that. Like, I'm not good at that yet. Maybe I can help them if they're having troubles with anatomy or stuff like that, but you know, it's just overall weird, and I just feel a little bit lost right now. But as I said, I'm sure it's going to go away, the feeling, and yeah, I'll just keep on going. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen if I keep on drawing? Maybe I'll get good sooner or later, and if I stop, then nothing's going to really happen. So yeah, I have nothing to lose if I just keep trying and drawing and doing stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to do. As for the drawing, because I want to move on to more positive things, I did the same thing that I've been doing for a while now, which is just sketch out with the Riley method and then blend my pencil lines with a Kleenex, as you could see in the previous seconds. I don't know if it was annoying, but yeah, it was annoying me a little bit. And yeah, that was about it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, and maybe comment if you ever have felt this way about your art or life in general. I'd be happy to know that I'm not the only one. And that's about it, I think. Thank you all so much for watching, and I think I'll catch you in the next one. Also, don't forget to add me on Snapchat. I'm as gi.joeh, so with an H at the end. I'm going to leave the code in the comment section. And yeah, thank you for watching.